Well, I thought, once we made that 3-1, I thought we were 100% in control of the game, and we had the puck and things were happening. And at 3-1, I thought we just kind of let off the gas pedal a little bit instead of keep playing the same way. At 4-1, we started to make it 4-1. We started having some defensive breakdowns that normally we're really pretty good at, and next thing you know, it's 3-3. So certainly there was some, and it was more turnover, and just our defensive zone structure broke down. And then all of a sudden, you look up, it's 3-3, and then they got their power play goal to make it 4-3. So
what kept you from your own power play success so early on, first, second period?
Well, the power play has certainly been a problem area for a good chunk of the season, and we're trying to stay a little bit patient here. We just put this unit together before the bingo game. They've practiced once together, and I thought that they were excellent in Binghamton. Now the PK is much different. Lehigh Valley is much more aggressive than Binghamton, and we just looked out of sync, and we just weren't sharp and just not making good plays. And fortunately the power play came through in the end, but it's got to get much better, and we're going to have to be a little bit patient from a coaching perspective with this new unit, or two new units that we put together, because we haven't had enough practice time, and we're going to run a little bit here with some practice time and see how these units can, because on paper it should be good, and but we've tried a number of combinations this year, and a couple of things we don't do successful enough. We don't have that bomb from the point, and we don't shoot enough. And it's easy for us to tell the players, but they're out there making the reads. And then all of a sudden, Borky tees one out from the middle, and we score the goal. So we'll certainly go over the video and talk to the players, but certainly the power play has to be better here in the second half of the year.
It's not the first time you've come back having looked down and out and then come back to tie or win in overtime. That having been said, was this a good 1 point or a disappointing 1 point?
Well, yeah, I think it's a twofold question, right? I mean, at 5-3 with 8 minutes left in the game, you think, you're maybe dead in the water for even getting a point, and then you battle back. So there's no quit in the room, and that's great. And they believe they can come back, and that's huge. So that's a good point. But for me, just with the lineup we had tonight, and Lehigh a little bit banged up with some key players out, I felt this was a real good time to put another W up. So thankfully we didn't suffer one in the loss column, so we did get a point, but would have been nice to get the 2.
It's easy to look back in retrospect, but how either important or perhaps insignificant was that timeout before you do get to set up and then score that final goal in the power play?
Well, at 5-3, minute 2 left in the power play, I think it's important that you go with your best power play and your most skilled guys. So we took a chance there to try and get that goal, and it was one of those things that you're trying to get back in the game, and we really wasn't worried about the last minute of the game. We were trying to get back in the game there, so we just felt it was the time to use it.
And how about Ryan Murphy's when they called that timeout shortly before we scored?
Well, Murph, Murph is, obviously, at the end of the day, the head coach makes all the final decisions on systems and all that. But, I think it's important that assistant coaches have their something that they think belongs to them, and they take pride in being good. And, Murph, he's certainly does a lot of the video, but he's an assistant coach, and he looks after the power play. And Brian, just like Brian Helmer, looks after the PK. So, when it comes to the power play meetings, and certainly Murph and I are on the same page, but I let him run the meeting, and time out there, we're on the power play, I'm going to let him, take charge there, because that's what head coaches do. They delegate to the assistant coaches and make parts of the game feel like they're their own.
The first to 4 and 6. What do you now do as you head out on the road to kind of get everybody going up here?
Well, I think that it's twofold. I mean, we could have had 3 and 3, which is never easy. Obviously, you get a big win Friday night. It'd be nice to come get the momentum and keep coming Saturday night at home in front of a sold-out crowd. Obviously, the crowd wasn't as good as it would have been Saturday night just based on the weather and things that happened. But we don't play a 3-3 this week, so I think Wednesday's going to be a good test. Albany, from all indication, are one of the best teams in the league, so that's going to be a real good challenge for us. And Syracuse has been a team that over the last couple of years has given us fits, so it's a big week, and we're going to have to play some good hockey here to try and win the week. Today wasn't really part of it was just part of last week, so we got 3 out of 4 points if you go back to Friday and tonight, and now we'll move on to a new week, and hopefully we can have some success on the road here and at least get 4 to 6 this week.
That snow coming in, it's always a question of rested versus rusty.
Right.
2 days is a huge deal, but was there any sense of either one in that first period or not?
I thought the game in general early was a little bit sleepy, to be honest with you, and a lot of turnovers. I know they hadn't skated in a couple of days either. They had some ice issues over there, and they hadn't played in 8 days. But I know the Christmas break, we were off 5 complete days, came back at a great morning skate and played one of our best games of the year and killed Wilkes-Barre 5-0. So the 2-day break didn't really bother me too much. And I thought morning skate was excellent this morning, and the guys were moving the puck and energetic. So to be honest with you, I thought we would have had a better start based on this morning's skate. But that's why those morning skates are overrated. Sometimes you feel good leaving the morning skate about your team and they come out flat. Sometimes you're like concerned and you play great. So that's why I don't put too much stock in the morning skates. I let the guys go out, do their thing to get ready for the game, and then we go from there. Okay, thanks. We'll see you Saturday.